What's up, family? It's your girl, Jen Ether. You're back with another episode of Gods and Goddesses Weather Report Tarot. Let's get into it tonight. We're going to start off with Virgo and see what's going on with y'all's energy, Virgo. So, this is just a general reading. If love pops out, it pops out. If it doesn't, I'll pull some cards from the Romance Angel deck, and then we'll see what comes out for love in there. So let's get straight to it, y'all. Just the thought makes me moist when I dream. I want to start off by just getting 5 cards for you guys. Too many. We need 2 more cards for y'all. And I'll start the reading. Yeah, by the way, this is my original music playing in the background. What's this? Jen Ether. It's my rap name, No Limits. I remixed that Lil Wayne. I didn't even drop this one. All this shit, this is all older. I'm about to actually go into the booth, set up my studio. I haven't really done anything, so I'm about to set the computer up. The mic is about to be on and cracking. I've been having my shit sitting low. I'm about to move and really get on it. So I will be happy to get back in the studio. I love doing my own thing, mixing and mastering my own music. It's such a motherfucking therapeutic type of thing to do, you know? Alright, y'all. So, your overall energy is the Queen of Staffs. This is your overall energy. So, it's like you guys are feeling super passionate, super fiery. I feel like y'all aren't really going for no bullshit because I'm seeing this tiger. Even though it's on a chair, I feel like this is like one of them back in the days, like some mythological tiger chair where this shit could turn real and bite someone if they try to come too close to you. So I feel like you could either have people around you that are really protecting you right now, or you could be in protective mode, defensive mode yourself. I see in the past with the 2 of Staffs, it looks like you were at some type of crossroads having to make a decision on whether you were going to stay where you're at or actually move through this gateway. These 2 wands is always like the number 11, which is always the gateway for me. So it's like you guys were stuck wondering if you should move beyond the wands or if you should go backwards. Now, I channeled through music. And I didn't play anything else because the last time I played regular music, the video got fucked up on YouTube, and I think it was due to the copyrights of the music, so that's why I chose to just do my own original music. But this song that came on is Nothing to Lose right now. And it's basically just saying, like, you don't got shit to prove. So I feel like in your past, you might have felt like you had to follow what others wanted you to do and basically kind of like sacrifice on your own dreams and your own things that you wanted to do by doing what other people want you to do. But right now, you're feeling like, fuck that. I don't got shit to prove to no one. I want to be myself. I'm going to sit in my fiery, passionate energy and protect myself and my dreams, my visions, and what I see is best for myself, and I'm going to go for that shit. Why? Because I don't got nothing to prove, and I don't got nothing to lose. So that's how y'all are feeling right now. Because you made that decision, this is what puts you into this emperor state of mind. You know what I mean? So now you guys have stepped into your power. In the past, that I feel like this is recent past, you guys actually stepped in your power and could have even possibly completed a cycle. If this wasn't about a cycle completion, it was definitely about you just gaining more stability. I say that because we got the number 4, which is all about stability. You know, tables got 4 legs to stand. 4 is the stable number. And then if you notice, this emperor is on solid ground. Some of the kings are in the water, some of them are on grass, but this one's actually on solid motherfucking cement, solid ground. So that's stability right there. Now, in your future, I feel like in your near past, you were going through trying to make this decision. Like, what do I need to do? I need to move forward. Mentally, so when we go back to that emperor, I feel like you're, like I said, an emperor state of mind, but not necessarily the actions. So I don't feel like you necessarily moved yet physically, but your mind had already begun to shift into that emperor state of mind. So now in your future, you're now beginning to see exactly what you want to do in life. So these 9 wands, this is the 10 of wands. But you see how he's holding 9 wands in this hand, but he has 1 wand particularly picked out, which is probably special or most fitted for him. So this is like the wand that he's going to use, and he will be able to drop these other wands. But you've only been able to make that decision to drop certain burdens, certain things that weren't serving you, things that you felt like were weighing you down in life. You were only able to make that decision because you stepped into your emperor state of mind and really got some stability. You didn't let your you didn't let the what ifs or I think you really looked at things from a concrete state of mind, like for what it truly is, not for what you wish it could be or what it can be one day. But I think you started looking at shit for what is it right now, and what has it been all the way up until this point, and do I see this changing? And this one reader, I can't think of who it is, she's been saying this. Oh, it's Toki. Check her out. Toki Empress. I believe that's it. TOKKIE EMPRIS. Check her out. She's very, very good. I love her. But anyway, I think you really realize, like what she always says, this old saying is that a leopard doesn't change their spots. So there could have been someone you were dealing with, or this could have been like a job or a boss you were involved with, and you've been at this place or been dealing with this particular person or people for years, maybe even 10 years. Because remember, I said earlier that I feel like you guys have just completed a cycle. So you could have been dealing with this person for 9 to 10 years. And it's like, at some point, you just had to look at it for what it was. Like, okay, shit, I fuck with this person, I love this person, or I fuck with this job, I love this job. But it's time for me to stop thinking about what I could do at this job. I've been here for 10 years, and they've told me a lot about what the possibilities are, but I haven't reaped any of those benefits at all. So now I have to look at it from a realist standpoint and say to myself, like, okay, as of right now, what is this job doing for me? And what has it done for me up until this point? Or if this is a relationship, or if this is a friendship, that's how you guys are starting to approach things, Virgo. You're really looking at things not from I don't want to say you're not being optimistic, because I believe you are being optimistic in the sense of learning that you can do shit by yourself and you don't need the opinions of others. It's the, like, fuck that sheeple shit. You're learning you don't have to follow others. It's time for you to be the leader. You're not a follower. So, you're just not with following motherfuckers no more, or following what people believe you should do for you to be happy, because you know no one can tell you what makes you happy, you know what I mean? So, once you drop your burdens, I don't know if this has happened yet, for some of you guys, you have already dropped the burdens. You picked what you wanted to focus on. Could have been something surrounding your passions, because it's the 10 of staffs. The wands is all about passions. So Virgo, I feel like you guys picked the one thing, or maybe the couple things that you were truly passionate about, and dropped the other things to the wayside so you could really give your full attention to those things that you really want to manifest in your life. Once you do this, or once you did this, you became very peaceful. things became a lot more relaxed. See how he's just hanging out, chilling, relaxed, got his pinnacle in his hand, and got a bounty of grapes to feed himself. So it's like you're realizing that no matter what you thought in the past, by you making this move and just doing what's best for you, you're better off than what you ever were. And it was only about you just believing in yourself in the first place, and not putting everyone else, not giving everyone else so much fucking power over your life. It's about you. I was just doing a reading for Virgo earlier today, a personal reading, and that's what it was basically coming down to is no matter who you're dealing with, you could be dating people or jobs, whatever. You always have to check in with yourself. And you always have to realize that no one can make you happy until you know. You have to know what makes you happy first. So that way you can align with those value systems. So for instance, I was saying today in the personal reading that fuck whoever the fuck I think is cute or whoever I got chemistry with, and I think we would make a great couple. Fuck that shit. The main thing is me realizing what exactly I need in a relationship. I need someone and everyone needs something different. So that's why this is so cool, because we're not cookie cutter. And I mean, everyone's a different individual. So what I need is not going to be what you need or what anyone else is going to need. This is my own personal needs. So that's why it would behoove me to listen to other motherfuckers when I know I'm a very unique individual with very unique individual needs. So how can I listen to my best friend tell me about what I need to do in relationships when she might need something completely different? So, I mean, whatever she does will be good for her, but I would have to take things from my approach. So for me personally, I'm someone who would need someone that can actually learn at a quick speed, is willing to learn new things, someone that wants to actually fucking travel the world, get out and see new shit, whether you got kids or not. I don't give a fuck. Someone that wants their kids to travel and see the world, so someone who wants to travel as a family and go to France and do all that shit, like someone who's spiritually adept or on their spiritual journey. So for me, to get back to the point, what I was saying in the personal reading is, once you can identify what your personal needs will be and what your personal restrictions will be towards a relationship, it won't matter who has chemistry. I mean, because all of that shit is a given. Yeah, I mean, of course you want someone that you're attracted to, you got chemistry with, but there's a million people out there like that. But there's only but so many people, a handful of people that really have the qualities that you need to actually transform you and you to help transform them, to work as a team to become the best versions of yourselves. And this would also have to be someone that is already on a path to becoming the best version of themselves before they even fucking meet you. Because if they're not, then they're just going to suck your energy. One thing I've learned is, if you're vibing high and you're dealing with people that are vibing low, there's nothing else that can happen other than for them to suck the fuck out of your energy. Because a high vibing person can't get shit from someone who's vibing low. What can I get from you? Nothing. So I need your vibe. I need to be with someone who's vibing as high as me. It's an equal thing. So that way we can come together and make a motherfucking, what, the Big Bang Theory. You feel me? It really makes something cosmic, make something catastrophic happen in the universe. Really change shit. You feel me? So that's what you guys are doing. You're starting to really look into what you really need. Fuck the attraction, fuck the chemistry, because you're not going to deal with someone that doesn't have that anyway. But once you can pinpoint those other things, the spiritual things, those things that you really need for real, that's when you'll be able to recognize those people. And they'll start, and actually that's when you'll start actually moving in that light. So before, I've always been on my spiritual guide. So for me, like, not my whole life, because I was a cut up for years and years and years. But once I really started studying, even when I was still like out in the streets hustling and doing all that shit, I was studying. So I've always had a certain type of people that would be drawn to me. Like, at the end of the day, certain motherfuckers know not to approach me. Like, what the fuck? Even if they thought I was fine as hell, wanted to, I would love to, all that shit. You're not going to approach me unless you're on a similar wavelength as me. So once you start stepping into that power and knowing who you are, you're going to exude that energy. And that's going to repel off anyone that's not on your level. I got motherfuckers who are tweaking to talk to me, who truly cannot come fucking near me. Why? Because my energy, if you're now on that level, now if they grow up spiritually and actually get on their level spiritually, then maybe the gates will open and my spirit team and my higher self will allow their energy in. But until that, it's like the Wizard of Oz. You can't come see the Wiz if you're not on the Wiz's level. Like, why do you think the Scarecrow, Dorothy, and the Lion, the Cowardly Lion, got to see, and the Tin Man got to see the Wiz? Because all little motherfuckers were pure of fucking heart. That's why. They didn't have no ill intentions. When they met, Dorothy didn't have ill intentions. She was just a young girl lost. When the first person she meets is the Scarecrow. He hooks up with her, but everyone that she met along that path, their only mission was to assist Dorothy. Now, Dorothy kind of gassed them, like, hold up, the wizard can get you a brain, the wizard can get you a heart, the wizard can get you, courage. But at the end of the day, when you really look at that journey, they was down for each other, and they were on missions. That was like them being on a spiritual mission. I mean, so one had to open up their heart chakra. One had to open up their courage to be able to do their own thing and not listen to motherfuckers. You feel me? And then Dorothy was just trying to find her place at home, find her way back. But, so basically what I'm trying to say is, each of them were on a spiritual journey, but when they met up on their spiritual journey. They met up when they were all looking for the same thing. So they were able to actually collaborate with each other and help each other out. So it's not like Dorothy just used them and, she just found her way back to Kansas and they didn't get shit. No, everyone got exactly what they needed. Everyone got exactly what they came for. Everyone got spiritually enlightened and got in to see the Wiz because the Wiz knew that these were people that were pure who came to actually be enlightened and to actually help each other out along the path. That's a deep movie. My boy Panic, Bro Panic, look him up. Brother Panic does a great breakdown of that shit. Look that shit up. Good breakdown. So yeah, so that's what it's about. You starting to exude that energy and you will bring the people to you. They will come to you. You'll meet them along your path and you'll know when it's right. Another thing is, as far as soulmates, because we got to realize, even the jobs that we work at, they're all connected to our soul fucking journeys. You feel me? So, I was watching motherfucker started ride, yeah. Yeah, so I was watching a pastor. Now, I don't watch pastors, but I thought it was interesting because this pastor had a video on YouTube. It's the Potter's House Ministries. So you guys can look it up because it's really good. I suggest you watch it, especially if you're dealing with anything in love. But the Potter's House Ministries, and he was speaking on God. Well, basically, he was speaking on soulmates, and that's why I looked at it, because I never heard a Christian pastor, speak on soulmates. So I felt like that was interesting and worth my time to look at. So I checked it out. It was very clear that he's done well research. He knows a lot more. He's maybe in a Christian church, but he's adept. He knows shit. But he kept it learnable for his congregation. But basically what he was explaining is that a lot of us are trying to either build relationships, build partnerships, or even build careers based upon what we want, based upon what we're bringing into our life. But we're not taking into consideration that the creator, the universe, or higher self, God, Jesus, Allah, whoever you believe in, actually has someone for you, actually has a career for you, has a path for you. But sometimes we get in our own way, wanting what we want, and what we want is not always best for us. So we have to start really realizing and looking at, did God bring this to me? Like, did God bring me this job offer? Did God bring me this person? Did God bring me any of this? Or did I bring it? Feel me? Like, when I was out there really moving shit, really getting money, God wasn't bringing that shit. And not to say, and the only reason why, now God brought me a lot of protection. He did do that, but only because he knew I was going to go on to do this shit. You feel me? That's why I got protected, because just like in The Wizard of Oz, I had a pure heart. Even when I was doing all my bullshit, it was already, basically, let's say if I would have been out there doing all my shit and, a lot of shit, doing a lot of shaking and moving. So let's say I would have been out there shaking and moving but letting my heart get cold, letting myself truly turn into that. So even when I was a street motherfucker, I was never a sheeple. I always had my own set of morals. I never let a motherfucker tell me what I should be doing or how to do. Like, no, if that shit didn't sound right, or if it sounded crooked, but like, fuck that. No, I make money this way, so why the fuck would I do anything like that? Like, I just never been on no crooked shit, no matter what realm I played in. Even if I was doing something that is, because Dylan, that is crooked. But even with that, I did that with the utmost of honor that you could possibly do some shit like that with. So what I'm trying to say is that because of my journey, basically, because God knew my heart wasn't turning, and I did have a chance to get out and do something. I feel like that's why I've been like really, really blessed to be able to stay out here. Because if anything would have happened, I'd be down, or had to do a bid. That would have changed me. Sitting down, that would have fucking changed me, and it would have affected who I am today. If I would have been able to give these messages like I want to give these messages. So, but the main point of what I was saying is, when I was doing all that, that was not divinely guided from God. Like, not to say, of course it was along my life journey, so it's something I had to experience. I'm glad I did, because I learned a lot from that. But one thing I will say is that during that time frame, no matter how much I made, and a lot, I was making money, the appreciation for the money wasn't there. The appreciation for life wasn't there as much. None of it. It just didn't feel, and at the time, it felt great. You feel me? But I'm what they say, hindsight is 20/20. So now that I'm like 3 years beyond that, I'm out of that for a good little bit. So now looking back in hindsight, my life is totally different. I'm not driving around in luxury. I'm not, pocket full of cash where I can just spend everything anytime I fucking want. I don't got those luxuries anymore. But I am at peace, and I've built more stability in my life and, like, longevity. So I've literally cut my motherfucking wages that I bring home and, like, not even half. Less than that. But in that time frame, God has blessed me in different ways to where I learned how to deal with the stock market. I learned how to do different things to where I'm really just as good. Not to say right now, but let's say 5 years from now, I'll be really, really well off. And 5 years from now, if I would have been doing what the fuck I was doing, I would have probably ended up dead or in jail. You feel me? So that's a big difference. So even though I'm not where I was financially, I'm better off spiritually, and I'm technically better off financially too, because now I'm doing what God led me to do, and I'm also teaching. So I'm not doing just one thing, I'm doing two things that God has put me here to do. I'm doing things to bring myself abundance. I'm educating myself spiritually, educating myself on how to live and function in this planet, on this planet. Like I said in my one video, we be shitting on planet Earth, but none of us wants to die. And God created this planet